Ever notice how your ice cream sandwich never completely melts all over your hands, even on the hottest summer day? Yeah, it's not random and hard to believe. Have you ever thought about what they should be doing to your ice creams? Come with me to know the whole story. I know some of you would be curious enough to wonder how that creamy, perfectly smooth ice cream filling got so incredibly delicious. Well, the answer lies in a fascinating world most of us never see. We're talking about the behind the scenes of getting that premium milk. They need to keep the things ready, quick, yes efficient, because they can't be lazy around ice creams. You know, if you know, it will melt, dude. This is exactly where all the individual components come together to create the iconic vanilla ice cream sandwich. The crackers you're watching right now are crispy and have a nice, mild, sweet touch to make the sandwich ice cream a perfect snack. You can see them being loaded into the system and nicely spread on the conveyor belt to make the things ready before ice cream arrives. Hundreds of sandwiches in mere minutes works perfectly. These freezers operate at an astonishing -40 degrees centigrade, colder than most Arctic conditions. As they roll off the freezing line, they head straight to the packaging station. This step is all about speed and precision, because ice cream waits for no one. The sandwiches are carefully placed on another conveyor belt, where an automated wrapping machine takes over. This is all done through those marvelous robotic arms designed to handle the ice cream bars gently but with a firmer grip. The wrapper material is specifically designed to be moisture resistant, keeping the ice cream fresh and prevent the ice cream bars continuously travel through a freezing tunnel that brings the temperature down to -18 degrees Celsius in exactly 12 minutes. You think you're just enjoying a simple ice cream treat, but you're actually experiencing one of the most complex manufacturing processes in the frozen dessert world. Every single element of that cone has been designed to deliver maximum pleasure, and I think we felt this is that from start to finish, each drumstick spends less than 2 hours in production. Is it only me, or those tub ice creams just taste different? You know, the final hardening process in any ice cream takes place in a blast freezer, where the finished products spend 20 minutes at -30 degrees Celsius. This extreme cold locks in all the flavors and textures, creating that perfect balance between creamy ice cream that makes each bite so satisfying. Food scientists discovered that the optimal chocolate coverage stops at exactly 60%, or one bite and half the ice cream squirts out the sides, leaving you with sticky fingers and a mess. But there's a new player in the frozen treat game that solves this problem in the most delicious way possible. The multiple layer ice cream sandwich with chocolate barriers and crispy wafer exteriors represents a complete rethinking of how frozen desserts should behave in your hands. The chocolate and ice cream gets applied in a specific pattern that creates tiny walls throughout the sandwich structure. So the ice cream mixture enters what's called the homogenization stage. There it gets forced through tiny holes under enormous pressure. This process breaks down fat molecules to a uniform size, preventing that icy texture that ruins cheap ice cream. Hey, you know that the churning process incorporates exactly the right amount of air to create that perfect, scoopable texture. The optimal air content is exactly 50% of the total volume, a ratio that took decades of testing to perfect. Nothing beats that first taste of a mango popsicle on a blazing summer afternoon. You know the ones, those bright orange frozen treats that turned your tongue yellow and made everything else taste boring by comparison. Yeah, we're talking about those what a great sweet treat we craved in our childhood. Ice cream that it's about to be eaten. Who knows? Stay with us if you want to watch more of such amazing videos.
We're going to show you a breathtaking sea of those bright purple scented flowers getting processed into forever loving lavender oil. These fields are usually located in regions with the perfect mix of sunshine and well-drained soil. Rows upon rows of purple blooms sway gently under the sun, giving off its soothing fragrance so heavenly it almost feels like a perfume bottle left opened. Lavender fields are indeed a sensory paradise, healing our emotions with those rows of soft purple blooms. Did you know that the time of day when lavender is harvested can impact its essential oil content? Each is as pure, safe, and aromatic as the last. After all, this isn't just about smelling nice. Lavender oil often ends up in skincare products, sprays, and even edible goods. So it needs to meet strict standards. Once the lavender oil is collected, it undergoes a round of filtration. As a result, a perfectly clean, crystal clear lavender oil can be achieved. Without a single drop wasted. While the crop's waste will be removed at the scene. You know what's even cool? Factories don't just toss that leftover lavender mass for no reason. It's actually still packed with rich nutrients, which are super useful for soil. Now the lavender essential oil arrives at the soap factory to make those soothing soaps that are gentle and soothing on skin. They carefully calculate the exact amount of lavender essential oil to mix into the base. Too much, and the soap becomes overpowering, which we won't appreciate. Nitrogen fuels vibrant green leaves, phosphorus encourages those lovely flowers, and potassium strengthens the trees against pests. Yes, giving the trees a balanced meal. This careful nourishment makes sure each blossom can turn into the juicy peaches we're mad about. You might be expecting something great, bulk, and extraordinary, right? Because that's what we do. So stick around for a while and you're going to get amazed by the brilliant processing of canned peaches. The endless rows of peach trees stretch as far as the eye can see. Early in the morning, farmers arrive with baskets in hand, and they start picking the peaches carefully, one by one. The farmers know exactly which peaches are ready to be picked. They look for peaches that are soft to the touch and have a lovely color. Once the baskets are full, it's time to move the peaches to the trucks. Trucks are parked at the edge of the orchard, ready to carry the harvest to markets and stores. So they use these convenient loaders so the farmers can place the peaches gently into them. It takes teamwork and care to make sure the peaches stay perfect during the move. As the peaches make their way from the orchard to the factory, obviously they gather some dust. For that purpose, and to maintain the hygiene, the initial rinsing gives the peaches a refreshing bath. This happens outside of the factory boundaries, so the mess stays outside, and it helps get rid of any pesticides or chemicals that might still be on the fruit from the fields. And what's an icing on the cake is those belts that transport the peaches from one machine to another, keeping everything organized and flowing smoothly. The entire setup is designed for maximum efficiency, allowing workers to focus on quality control rather than manual labor. We know people enjoy buying fresh peaches directly from on-site retail shops or processing plant stores for several reasons. Are you one of them? When fruits are sold on-site, they are typically freshly picked and haven't traveled long distances, allowing them to maintain their flavor and juiciness. Isn't it nice to bite into a peach that's perfectly ripe? Secondly, buying directly from the source gives customers a chance to support local farmers and businesses. Many people appreciate knowing where their food comes from and want to contribute to their community's economy. It feels good to know you're helping local growers thrive. Also, many on-site stores offer special deals or freshly made products out of the fruits that can't be found in regular supermarkets. This adds an element of excitement and discovery to the shopping experience. Modern bulk processing setups have made peach processing much easier. Every machine from washers to stamping is for their convenience. Busy people like me appreciate them as quick snacks, while health-conscious individuals love that they retain vitamins and nutrients. So walnuts, huh? The brain-looking snack everyone's grandma swears by. They're supposed to make you smarter, right? But the big question is, do the factories really stick to those standards while processing? Let's see if they live up to the hype. Let's rewind to the deep cultivation, which basically busts up the packed soil layers, letting the young walnut tree's roots spread out easier. Grafting is important here to grow good walnut trees that'll eventually produce high-quality nuts. Not all walnut trees can do this alone, so farmers mix the best parts of different trees. This way, the new tree can grow in tough conditions and still give great nuts. Once the grafted trees are stronger, they're moved to bigger orchards to keep growing and provide a steady, high-quality harvest. Pruning is done regularly, usually in winter or early spring, to remove dead branches. This helps the trees grow better and ensures they produce plenty of nuts. After collecting everything, the machines clean the nuts, separating them from the unwanted debris. This step is really important to maintain nut quality and reduce extra sorting later. Lighting a fire in this huge storage helps to dry the nuts, removes moisture, prevents spoilage, keeps them crisp, and keeps insects away. Did you know it before that walnut trees can live for hundreds of years, making them some of the longest living trees? They provide shade, wood, and walnuts for many generations. I mean, every part has some serious usage. Isn't it great to know? When processing walnuts, workers withdraw the needed batch. Machines help with scooping out and transfer the walnuts through belts, making the work easier and faster. In this final sorting, walnuts are carefully checked for quality. Each walnut is inspected to remove any that are cracked or damaged. The clean kernels are packed into bigger cartons, and they protect the walnuts during storage and transport. These cartons keep the nuts fresh and prevent them from breaking, ensuring they stay in good condition. Besides walnuts being eaten as food, walnut wood is highly valued. To find out if store-bought applesauce is packed with lots of preservatives and sugar, we're heading to the factory because we deserve the truth and a healthier bite. At first, they took me to their beautiful apple orchards where the blossoms have done their job and those apples are ready for harvest. This usually happens in late summer or early fall. Many apples are still picked by hand to ensure they remain unbruised and in top condition. No shortcuts here. When it's harvest time, skilled hands pick each apple. Why? Because only the best apples make the best sauce. So, still. In this separate dedicated area, far away from the mess of washing, the apples go through a decoring technique. This step removes the inedible center and seeds for safe and smooth processing. So far, I don't know about the wild sugary part, but one thing I'm sure of is their intense cleaning approach. Okay, why is it necessary to remove the apple core before further processing? The prepared apples are chopped into smaller pieces before entering large mashing machines, where the apples are broken down into a smooth pulp, aka our most awaited applesauce. And the transformation is only halfway there. Finally, it's time for packaging. The applesauce is transferred into sterilized containers. Most of it goes into single-serve dip packs, perfect for snacking on the go. The rest would be poured into glass bottles, sealed tight to lock in freshness. Factories often use vitamin C to prevent the applesauce from browning, keeping it looking fresh and golden. A plain leaf shape is easy, but what about the delicate veins and edges? Factories use precision-engineered stamps with tiny ridges to imprint the patterns onto the dough as it's cut. To prevent sticking, the rollers are coated with non-stick materials or chilled slightly to keep the dough firm.
Hens. Yup, they are being raised in far more cleaner, pure, and fully optimized environments, which might be somehow compromised in domestic situations. Anyways, check out this totally automated system, which makes sure the eggs laid by chickens are safely transferred to the moving belts, while the upper layer will be still dedicated to their food. Once collected, each egg goes through various stages that used to be labor-intensive and time-consuming. Today, advanced automated systems have made these processes quick and easy. Here's how this robotic machine organizes and transfers eggs, seamlessly guiding them through each step without a crack, setting them up for the next stage with precision and grace. Mix with the egg components. After cracking, this person carefully observes and removes the damaged egg yolks from the mesh. The eggs flow through a little stream until they get whisked to make a perfect omelet for our audience. The entire material is now poured through these automated nozzles to make sure every lane gets the right amount of whisked eggs. I'm always amazed, super satisfying. You may have noticed those rising bubbles in the eggs, which means just like our normal omelets, these are also about to be cooked to perfection in a few seconds. As soon as they are 98% cooked, the smart rollers start their magic of perfectly rolling the omelets. And what I noticed was the perfect roll, no sticking and no damaging. Let me show you its close-up. It's super duper exciting. Enjoying the sights? Tell me in the comments. While they have completed their omelet-making daily task, now comes the boiled eggs. They say some of the freshly collected eggs are sent here in this cleaning and boiling facility, so they can entertain both sorts of customers. After boiling these eggs, they cooled down in fresh water to lower their temperature. After that, they go through different and probably a new technique that you have ever seen to remove their shells, separating the boiled eggs beautifully from the peels. Boiled eggs are a versatile and nutritious addition to any meal or snack. They offer a quick and satisfying protein boost, perfect for a busy day. This peanut butter-flavored delight is coated with a rich caramel sauce layer and various nuts to create a delicious taste which might be impossible to resist. Once the knick-knack is done, it's cut into small pieces and chilled to achieve the perfect shape and flavor. Hey, if you guys are enjoying our video, please hit that glowing